Fun. Well, it has been far too long since I sat down and had a chat with my next guest. Lisa Roper of Roper Outdoors joins us. Lisa, I guess to say that you had an eventful fall winter would be an understatement. You've launched a new television program. You're also in the throes of putting together your next women's ice fishing event. So let's start with the big news. Your first episode already has aired. How does it feel to be out there in TV world?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me back, Michael. It's so great to always chat with you, and it's your energy is so wonderful. And thank you. Yes, crazy to be on TV. My first episode already airing, the second one this week, and you know what? It's amazing. It's a huge goal, and it worked out, and I don't know. It's overwhelming and humbling and scary and exciting and so many great words.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a big step. What prompted you to? I mean, you were building a pretty good, and still are building a strong following on social media. What was it that lured you to TV?
You know, it really started to kind of hit last year when I did the ladies event and the ice fishing event. And of course, being able to touch and be a part of, that we had 50, participants show up and making that difference and seeing their smiles and a couple women, even their tears of joy to the success that they felt. And I loved it. I loved every ounce of it and being a part of that journey for them. And I wanted to figure out a way to reach even more people and dial in to why we do this and why it really matters to make those memories and go fishing. And it isn't always about that, the next line you're throwing out there, or the next fish you're catching. It's so much bigger than that. And that really just started to build the fire and made me go for it.
So in terms of the theme of the fishing program, are you sticking in Alberta? Are you traveling across the country? What can we expect to see from the Lisa Roper TV series?
Well, thank you. Yeah, so I mean, this year I filmed 6 episodes and they're Alberta, Saskatchewan based. And my goal for the upcoming year is that I'd really like to try and hit, the 5 provinces out of all of Canada, but the first 5, and yeah, just target different species and kind of just really showcase the adventure of fishing.
And give us the channels that your program is airing and days that folks can tune in.
Sure. So it's on Sportsman Channel Canada, and it's on 5 days a week. And I don't know all of the times off the top of my head, but I know Mondays at noon, Wednesdays at 8 o'clock at night, and Fridays are 6 p.m. at night, or 6:30 rather, sorry. And then the World Fishing Network, I'm on 2 different times on Friday night and then Saturday morning.
It's an ambitious schedule, to say the least, Lisa. That's outstanding. And speaking of schedules and keeping you busy, you are in the throes of organizing yet another women's ice fishing event. I was fortunate enough to come out and spend a little bit of time with you last season. You had a great turnout. I guess the big difference, though, this year is you're pushing it back into the March timeframe.
Correct. Yeah. And thanks for coming last year. It was definitely a pleasure having you and just having you be a part of it. I decided to move it to March just because, most anglers, we feel like February is a bit of a harder month to fish. And again, the whole goal is to, help more women be successful and pull some more fish through the ice. So we moved it to March. Usually it's a better time, especially on Lac La Biche Lake. I find March is a better time to catch fish. So it'll be March 11th and 12th this year. And I just look forward to, and it's warmer. I mean, we had pretty great weather last year, but as you know, February can be a little ugly sometimes.
Absolutely.
So we did it, moved it to March.
And of course, the theme surrounding that event, Lisa, was really introducing, and you had a lot of first time anglers. I was quite surprised by that. Um, to introduce them to the world of ice fishing. Is that the general push again this year?
It is, yeah. And last year, it was quite incredible. Obviously, doing it in Lac La Biche, we're a little further from any central. It's a 2.5 hour drive from Edmonton type thing. But it was amazing to see. We had women as far as Medicine Hat, Saskatchewan, Rocky Mountain House, Fort McMurray. So I mean, it was just amazing to see so many women come together like that. And the theme this year, we've upped the amount of participants. So last year we had 50. We're going for 80 this year. And we've added more volunteers, more workstations. And so, yes, it's still very much geared towards first-time anglers. Although I do believe that, if you have angled, fished quite a bit and stuff, that there's still a lot to learn with each workstation. We've added a few new ones. So really looking forward to teaching and inspiring.
Obviously, volunteers play a big part in pulling
Oh,
something like this together, and I would almost think equally sponsors. Are there any sponsors that you'd like to tip the hat to?
absolutely. Honestly, this event would not happen without the volunteers first and foremost. I mean, these ladies are amazing and they're just showing up because they love it as much as, the rest of us do. So hats off to all of them. And yes, of course, you can't do any event successfully without sponsors. I mean, things do cost money. So, of course, a huge shout out to, the Lac La Biche County tourism, as well as, there's so many businesses in town that have helped make this event successful, and even just the people. I can't say enough about the town and who everybody is and how much they want to see me succeed, and it's beautiful. Jiffy, of course, is a huge sponsor. Len Thompson, Alberta Conservation Association. Um, Goodness gracious, there's so many, and I don't want to miss I don't want to miss anybody. But thank you to everyone and who has already contributed.
In terms of registration, Lisa, when does that open, and sort of do you close it when you hit the 80 mark, which I'm sure you're going to have no problem doing?
Well, thank you, and thanks for the vote of confidence. Yes, so registration already opened, and you can go to my website at lisaroperoutdoors.com and go under events, and you'll see the event there. We already have, so for Saturday, we have 30 out of the 40 spots already filled, and it's only been open a few days. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Well, that's awesome news. Again, wish you all the best with your television series and with the upcoming ice fishing event. Lisa, no doubt we'll have an opportunity to maybe touch base with you again later in the season, see how things are going. But continued success to all you do with the world of outdoors, and really focusing in on getting more women involved in the outdoors. We haven't even touched on hunting, so
Yeah,
maybe that will be the topic of our next conversation.
that sounds wonderful. And thank you again, Michael. I appreciate it.